Obviously, I'm away today. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I'm going to give you the instructions for today's video. Okay, so we're going to be using CoSpaces Education. Your first step is going to be to grab a Chromebook and go to this website, CoSpaces. Now, that website is really important. Let me turn that music down a bit. It's really important that we get logged in and then get to my classroom. So I got a fresh account here and I'm going to register, and you want to log in and register with a Google account. So let's go to student, and right away it's going to ask for the password, and that password will be HS8BZ. Now, the teacher will have this written out on the board somewhere, or they will right away. Once you continue, log in with your Google account. Always sign in with Google. Don't put in your email. Sign with Google. Once you sign in with Google and you pick your account you want to use, you're going to become a student in the classroom and you'll have access to today's assignment. There's the class. That's right, George Pierce's Pro account. So it's called Bridge Assignment. Really straightforward. We're going to build a bridge today. Step 1. There's lots of steps. Please pay attention. Step 1 is we go inside of our Make a Bridge assignment and we pick an empty scene. Our empty scene is going to look like this. It starts with a little camera in the middle, and you have to understand that most of the creation is going to be based around looking in the middle here. Environment, bottom left corner. Bottom left corner. Edit, choose some grass. This is probably the most basic one and probably the one you should choose. Just gives it a bit of color on the canvas. Next step is you're going to be using one basic shape for majority of the bridge. There's actually lots you can use, and you're going to play with some of these, but the basics of this are really good to show with a basic block like this. So this is a basic block. There's a few different things that you can do with this block. The first thing, let's look at these buttons here. These buttons, when you click on them, different things happen. So rotation, you can grab different things and turn the block. You can also change the amount of clicks. So every like 2.5 degrees, this thing, yeah, you can change that to be much more free. This one just moves it up, down, left, right. This one makes it grow bigger by clicking on it and going up or down. Sort of clicks one block worth of size. And then this one's just a simple up, down. And you can also, just by clicking on it, drag it around freely. When you're on nothing clicked, when it seems like you have nothing clicked, you actually can change the size, the width, the thickness of your block. So why don't we delete this and start again with the new block. Now I'm going to take this block and maybe make it just a little bit skinnier, a little bit thinner. I'm going to make it, let's say that high, 150. Now, rather than, if this is going to be the base of my bridge, if I want to make multiple of these, don't try and make multiple of these. You want to copy, group, and copy the group. And if you want to have them a certain color, before you do any of that, you can change it to a material. I'm going to go concrete. So now my bridge is concrete. All right. You don't have to do that, but it saves time later. Okay. Selecting. Left click. I've selected the piece. Right click. I've now selected it to be able to duplicate, lock, mask, attach, change physics, speech, code. But all we want to do is duplicate. We want to make 2 of these. This is the base of our bridge, and it's put it in a nice spot right beside it. Nice distance away. Now, when I want to change 2 of these, when I hold shift and push select. Now I have two. So once again, select one, select the other. I want to select both at the same time. I hold shift and push select. Now that I have both selected, I can then group them. So now when I click on them, I automatically click on both of them. When I move them, I move both of them. I can make them bigger, but not taller and wider at this point because they're grouped. The next thing, right click, duplicate. So now I have 4. Right? First I start with 2, and then I have 4, and then again, shift click, group. Now I can move all 4 around. Right click, duplicate. Now I have 8. And I've basically built all the bases for my bridge. Shift click, group. So that's the most important command when you're getting started, is the shift click group. When you group stuff and shift click, it just makes it all so much easier. Now, let's add a new piece on top, and let's make it, let's lift it up, move it over a little bit higher. Let's make it thinner. Let's make it long. Let's make it wide. A little bit higher. Now, this is going to be our road surface. And we want to make the road surface one click over. Let's do the move one click over. One bit wider. There. Now the road surface is going to be, what material should we make it? Right click, material. This one? Nope. That one. That one. There we go. Sure. So there's the startings of my bridge. I'm going to right click and duplicate that. Zoom out a little bit. And then I'm going to move it right there. And I'm going to rotate it there. So my green. Okay, so lower it. I'm going to rotate it a bit less. So this is where we get into that area like, oh no, we can't rotate it properly. It doesn't let us rotate. So we're going to turn off snapping. Snap to items, shift S, rotate snap to grid 0.5. So the grid's smaller, or turn snap to grid off completely. So you can see this free forms now. And I'm going to turn it down a little bit and then drop it down. Reasonable. Let's duplicate this. Let's slide our duplicated piece over and let's rotate it around. Oh, shit, doesn't actually help me. Let's rotate it this way. Okay, so you guys are kind of getting the point of this. Once you have all of this going and built, you can really build some interesting stuff pretty quickly. You can use all of these different shapes to create different interesting pillars and different interesting things to make your bridge more interesting. And you can also add some other things onto your bridge as well. Animals. You can add houses, cars. That's kind of weird. And really, the basic is the bridge, but you can go so much more. And we're going to work on this for a little while. So once we do all that, we can get into some more coding. But for today, let's focus on our bridge. Jump in and do our play. We can move around. Oh, my bridge looks a little small. But we're going to explore this in VR later. Let's stop playing. All right. That was long enough. Get started.